And that is just it. We need to have this discussion. There is need for the North to wake up. Be in tune with changing times. That is what I'm trying to say. Let's not shy away from the truth. Look at other parts of the country. They concentrate on things that develop them, progress them. You have a lot of millionaires and billionaires in their own part. But when it comes to the North, all we talk about is all about religious difference and tribal difference. Where is it taking us? How has it benefited anybody? Nobody. Rather, it has succeeded in making you so primitive that when you go to a lot of places as a result of your appearance due to poverty, people think you are a terrorist. People think you are a rebel. People think you are a problem. Even when in heart you are not. So till you get to make yourself better, nobody will respect you. Nobody will appreciate you. And most importantly, say no to fanatical religion.
Hello and what's up guys? In this video we are diving straight into a bold and shocking claim, one that is already sparking major reaction across Nigeria. A northern man has declared that the real problem in this country is the North itself, not the Igbos, not the Yorubas, but the North. This statement is shaking the table, and whether you agree or not, he is laying out some hard truths. He says the North has been left behind because of outdated traditions, poor leadership, and religious manipulation. According to him, too many people are having too many children they cannot take care of, leading to poverty and lack of respect. And the worst part, he says the rich and powerful in the North don't suffer, the poor do. And that's not all. He calls out religious leaders, accusing them of misleading people while secretly benefiting from government deals. He says election come, politicians and clerics use religion to control people, but in reality, they are cashing out while the masses suffer. And let's talk about security. He's exposing the truth about who is really in charge. He claims the same government that should be fighting terrorists is actually funding them. Have we forgotten about the billions given to certain groups? While is the government supporting some while ignoring the suffering of ordinary Nigerians? Guys, this is deep. This man is not holding back. He says the only way forward is for the North to wake up, focus on education, development, and stop letting religion and tribalism hold them back. He believes respect isn't demanded, it is earned. Now, I know this is going to stir serious reaction, but don't take my word for it. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I am talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
With this video, I know I'm going to offend a lot of people, most especially the Northerners, to me, that I think might not be, if you are not reasonable, this may annoy you and you may feel bitter. But I think it's high time we tell ourselves the truth. And what is that I want to say? Is it the fact is what has happened in Uromi should be an eye-opener to the Northerners. And what do I mean by that? Gone are the eras when people produce children that they cannot cater for. And at the end of the day, the children grow up and go to other states and be doing menial jobs like shushena, cutting of grass, babambola, and the rest of it. That is what is causing sea finish. If I must use that word just like I used for the military at a point in time, I say now sea finish, they cause all these things. Well, those things may be embedded in the religious, whatever, it may have a religious affiliation, but I actually don't believe in that. Because I have a lot of good Muslims that don't see life that way. They believe in responsibility. I'm not trying to discourage Al-Majri in any way, but the Al-Majri should be well structured in such a way that it shouldn't be an avenue where somebody will produce children that he can't cater for, and the only thing he has left is just to push them into Al-Majri or not be responsible to them. And we should try to get rid of marrying a lot of women and having so many children that at the end of the day we are not responsible. That is what is giving birth to all this. You don't command respect from anybody by so doing. The world is evolving. If you look at it, let's take it memory lane. All that has been happening. the unaliving and the ill treatments, whatever, is just meted on the poor. The poor common people you have on the streets. That is just it. We have a lot of northerners in the south and the east that are doing well. You dare not take that kind of rubbish to them because you can't stand it. They command so much respect, they command so much resources that if you try to rubbish them, I'm telling you, all hell will lose broke. And you can't stand it. They don't try them. Do you see them being mobbed? They don't mob them. Because these are people that were brought up by responsible parents, responsible families, and at the end of the day, they pursue their career and they relocated to wherever they're going and they establish themselves as an authority. So it's high time we have a debate around that. The era of having children that you can't be responsible for has gone. The world is evolving. And they say the only constant thing in life is change, and only those that have the ability to adapt that survives. Even the so-called violence, a lot of people are threatening to make violence or whatever. It has evolved. You can only make violence on the poor like you. The rich have so insulated themselves with government resources, with so much security that you can't near them. So at the end of the day, I'm still going to be repeating, it's going to be a battle for the poor against the poor. If you feel retaliation is the answer, that is not just it. And again, I think it's high time as northerners, we should call a lot of our Islamic scholars, our cleric scholars, both Islam and even Christians, that are deceiving you people, that are making you think that this religion is more difficult and this religion is more about sacrificing yourself and not living to enjoy the dividends of life. That era has gone. That era has gone. Let's disabuse our mind from that. The fact is, this life is simple if you understand the basic principles and concepts. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be worldly or you are going to be wayward. You can still maintain your moral and religious stand, and at the same time you are very respected and very objective in everything you do. Look at Saudi Arabia. Are they not Islams? Who dare you assault a person from Saudi Arabia or look down on him? Because there seems to be a kind of a balance. You don't allow a kind of myopic and fanatic scholars to come and ruin your life for you, all in the name of religion. We need to wake up and leave all those stuffs. It's not helping anybody. What I'm just trying to say is, until they not learn to command respect from their counterparts, until they not learn to command respect by living a comfortable and a very respectable life, nobody will respect you. They will think life is cheap. And that is why a lot of all these things will happen. They know there's nothing you can do. All you can do is rant. Or if you even want to retaliate, you can't retaliate on the people that have committed this evil. You can only retaliate on poor people like you. I keep saying this. And I'm still going to repeat this, that the problem of the North is the North. Whether you're happy with it or you're not. Let's stop all these things. Let's stop all these things. Development, civilization, and a lot of it will not stop you from practicing your religion. But don't allow people, and I need to say this to the youths, don't allow people that have wasted their life in delusion trying to come and tell you religion the way they feel it's supposed to be, that has not even paid them, has not even favored them. Live your life. At the end of the day, if you're alive so long to see what it takes to be alive and what religion is all about, you get to see that religion is all about being good. Just be good to yourself. Be good to yourself, be good to your neighbors, and nothing more. Forget about the technicalities. Don't bother about people that are not worshiping the same religion with you. This one is not God, this one is... That is not your problem. The problem is just be good and be productive. And you will command respect. Bello made a video recently in regards how some of the religious leaders are also beneficiaries from the government. And at the end of the day, the only thing they come to do is, when election time comes, The cleric scholars will call you and tell you that this is what we should do, this is what we do, without knowing on the ground that they have been collecting money and they have been beneficiaries. And you now, you think you're doing something in the name of religion. In the name of religion, that you're doing it for the sake of religion and holiness, and at the end of the day, it's messing up your life. Don't allow people that have lived their life and have enjoyed and that are even benefiting on your ignorance to ruin your life. Live your life free. Religion is not difficult. Just be good, be happy, love yourself, love your neighbor. That is the summary of religion. Forget about technicalities. Everybody may not understand or do the same thing you're doing, but that is fine as long as his own doesn't affect you. And that is just it. We need to have this discussion. There is need for the North to wake up. Be in tune with changing times. That is what I'm trying to say. Let's not shy away from the truth. Look at other parts of the country. They concentrate on things that develops them, progress them. You have a lot of millionaires and billionaires in their own part, but when it comes to the North, all we talk about is all about religious difference and tribal difference. Where is it taking us? How has it benefited anybody? Nobody. Rather, it's associated in making you so primitive that when you go to a lot of places as a result of your appearance due to poverty, people think you are a terrorist. People think you are a rebel. People think you are a problem, even when in heart you are not. So till you get to make yourself better, nobody will respect you. Nobody will appreciate you. And most importantly, say no to fanatical religious ideologies. Live your life. Live free. Try your best. Believe in God. Love humanity. Love yourself. We're not going to stop telling ourselves the truth as Northerners, whether you like it or not, whether it hurts or it doesn't. But we're just going to have no option than to tell ourselves the truth. The fact is, your ideology, our ideologies and concept as Northerners is retrogressive in nature. It's anti-developmental in nature. It's holding the country back in so many ways. Let's be factual with this. Let's look at it. When the headers started making all this havoc on communities, people advocated for the anti-open grazing bill. Who were the front runners in regards ensuring that this bill doesn't come through? The Northerners. They kicked against it seriously, that at the end of the day it could not scale through. And here do we have a situation now where the Fulanis have migrated from making havoc on the north to the other parts of the country. And funny enough, you went against this bill, but when Fulanis are now committing this havoc on people, you tend to dissociate yourself. You say that it's not a northern thing, it's a Fulani thing. Nobody can tell me that. It's a northern thing, it's a northern ideology. So let's not distinguish between the tribes, because the last time I checked, the Northerners were the strong advocates. Majority of the Northerners opposed the bill. And look at what open grazing is doing to us. How long are we going to go this way? Again, look at what happened in regards to the closure of school during Ramadan. A lot of people, reasonable Nigerians, came out to say that this is wrong, this is anti-developmental. It doesn't stop you from doing your religion, it doesn't stop you from being who you are. But what did the North do? A quite majority were celebrating and were saying this is a good thing, this is a very big progress for the propagation of the gospel of God. And look at where we are now. So how are you going to tell me that the Northerners are not hypocritical in nature? And let's face it, this is what the politicians do. And who are their disciples? Their disciples are the common Northerners, the majority that are poor. The second point is the fact that when there was a bill in regards birth regulation, what happened? Who were the front runners in ensuring that that bill doesn't come through? It was still the North. I remember a senator coming to the Senate House with 5 or 6 of his wives, trying to convince people how he is happily married and is responsible. But let's face it, Oga, if you are capable, you have the capacity to marry 5 wives and have many children as much as you want. What now happens to your brothers, those that doesn't have the capacity and are marrying so many women and are giving birth to so many children that they can't control? Is it the same thing? How long are we going to continue this as Northerners? It's so appalling until you wake up. you will always be considered inferior to any other region. And the fact is, don't expect that no matter the agitation, no matter your grievances, this will bring it to a standstill. It's still going to continue till you change your mentality, till you change your orientation, till the common man in the north starts challenging these allies that uphold you at ransom. How many of the allies do you have their children in Almajiri schools? Why should you open Almajiri schools and send children to Malams that doesn't even have the capacity to feed his own family? And you tell me that this is not a northern agenda, and you tell me the problem of the north is not itself. The problem is we. We are the problem. Until we wake up, nothing is going to change. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Who were as well the major advocates of the Muslim ticket? The north. The north. And where has it brought us? Look at where it has brought us. And I'm telling you wholeheartedly that that concept has not yet changed. It's still in the minds of the Lord. They are still waiting for the next election. During the Muslim ticket, a lot of imams were preaching with video evidence. Even some top politicians, top northern politicians, preaching, telling them on the need for us to, for the North to have a Muslim ticket that will promote the establishment of the kingdom of God. Indeed, the kingdom of God is established. You are all welcome to the kingdom of God.
Come, let me tell you the major problem of Nigeria. The major problem of Nigeria is northern part of the country. Northern Nigeria are the major problem of Nigeria. If you want to see conflict, northern Nigeria. Rape, northern Nigeria. Refugees, northern Nigeria. Thieves. In fact, if you want to see thieves stealing on an industrial scale, come to northern Nigeria. Thieves fully engaged in primitive accumulation, come to northern Nigeria. In fact, I am from northern Nigeria. I am proud to be an indigen of Borno State. I am from Borno State. I am proud to be an indigen of Borno State, from the northern part of the country. But I want to tell you that the major problem of this country is northern part of the country. These are people, if you want to see hatred, if you want to see conflict, if you want to see nepotism, cronyism, any other thing you can label. In fact, northern problem, if you carve out southern part of the country from Nigeria and give it 10 years, they are going to be recognized among community of nations because of the development they will have. 70% of the people who govern this country are from the northern part of the country. But if you want to see hunger, starvation, and any other thing, it's from the north. Why? We are the major problem. But our people doesn't want us to be speaking the truth. And that is why we continue to somersault in this kind of issue.
Is it not at a disadvantage because of education?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, there are those who believe that it is a deliberate way of you northern elites to keep your people perpetually uneducated and poor so that you can control them.
No.
But is that fair?
No. That's not the correct thinking. I will tell you why. You see, in a way, religion played a role there. The man who has not gone to school is being told that he can marry 4 wives, is allowed, and that he can give birth to 27, 30 children. You understand? Mm-hmm. So he's not even thinking that these 27, 37 children, I have to educate them. And I do not have a house where I can provide 27 rooms for everybody to sleep comfortably. So that is not correct. I think what is happening is that because of deficit of education, maybe, and I hope I'm wrong, maybe the leaders did not put in place what was reasonably necessary to accommodate that dislocation for the purpose of educating the populace. So rather, they leave it that way. That's how.
But isn't the failure of the leadership of the northern?
It is. It is.
So you and your colleagues, northern elites, you have failed your people.
Well, I will enter a plea of not guilty to that charge, in the sense that have we been given the opportunity, for example, to occupy, you understand, positions from which we can generate policies that will address these issues? If you don't have that opportunity, what do you do?